Hello there everyone, it's the 16th of February 2021 and I'm going to go for my second push on pronokal to get down to normal BMI. You can watch the other videos for the last time I did this in 2018. I got down from 245 down to 143 after 3 months on pronokal. With an average rate of weight loss of around about 0.8 pounds per day. I'll show you some of the details of that on the other video. However, this video is mainly focused on the cost of it all. Okay, I've just ordered everything today, and I'd like to take you through what I have ordered and the cost per day, the cost per meal. And just the kind of the mathematics and the arithmetic of it all. I am kind of an analytic kind of guy, and I find that by having a firm grasp of the numbers and what I expect to get out of it, it keeps me mentally locked in on what I'm about to embark on. So I've ordered today, it's the 16th of February. Still on the tail end of COVID, unfortunately, so I'm not planning on starting for another 10 days or so until I'm fully recovered from that, as I don't think it would be wise to start that, particularly as slipping into ketosis can be a little bit tricky. Okay, so this is what I've ordered today based on what I enjoyed from the meal last time. I'll take you through this little spreadsheet that I've built. Okay, so today I have spent the total of £535.41. Okay, and that is for 22 days on pronokal. Okay, what I've done is I've done some just been up a spreadsheet to work out what it actually costs per month. So I've got the number of that I've purchased, the cost in the box, the cost of what I've purchased. So in this particular case, I happen to quite like the frankfurters fried up with the tablespoon of olive oil that you're permitted. And what I do is I do that and the egg powder, and that's two. I'm allowed 5 a day in step 1, and that basically makes up 2 meals. So you get one kind of omelette with sausages in it, half of it you eat for lunch, and then half of it you eat for dinner, and that's 2. And then for breakfast, I have always the vanilla flavoured biscuits, and they all come in various units per box. And so, for instance, the frankfurters, there's only 2 in a box, and I've worked out enough to keep me going for 2 weeks because I know I'm going to eat that every single day. And this whole plan is for 3 weeks, and you can always order again. So what I've done is I've number of portions bought. Okay, so what I've bought is as I said, 7 of the frankfurters with 14 portions, the vanilla biscuits, the hazelnut biscuits, which I always have for breakfast. Strange thing on pronokal is when you're in ketosis, you can't really be bothered having a breakfast. In fact, you can't really be bothered to eat anything at all, which is kind of strange. For those of you that have not been in ketosis before, it's quite an experience. When you get into it, you lose all interest in food. But I found myself often making a meal, and then I would leave it sitting there on the side and then sort of like forget to eat it. Forgetting to eat now. I'm the kind of guy that does not forget to eat. I'm the kind of guy that is thinking about dinner when he's eating lunch. I'm the kind of guy that'll have Deliveroo 3 times in one day. So that just goes to show you how revolutionary being ketosis actually is when you get into it. Chicken noodle soups, I've managed to get by on those, mushroom soups, etc. Now, total cost of the food was £449.91, including the VAT. And the total number of portions bought was 110. Now, on depending on how much weight you've got to lose, you're going to be on different amounts. So let's say you're a really big guy, you're on 280 pounds, you're probably going to be around 6 or 7. Then as your weight comes down, you're going to be cut back to maybe 6 a day, then 5 a day. For me, having so I hit an all-time low of 183, and then with COVID and everything, I bounced up back to 193, which I'm not beating myself up about. But I was recommended to do 5 a day, and then see how that goes. And then if I wanted to go faster, step down to 4 a day, which for my weight by then would probably be around about 188 or something like that. So four a day would have been about right. Plus all you got your vegetables, of course. And that's 110 portions over the 22 days, on 5 portions a day, with £449.81. Okay, you then got your supplement pack. The supplements have changed and got a lot simpler. Supplements are extremely important on pronokal. Okay, I've one box is £85.50, and that contains sachets and tablets. Very important to stick to the sodium, and so forth. And the total cost of my purchase today was £535.41 based on 22 days, which works out at £24.34 per day. Okay, £24.34 per day, which I'll talk about in a moment. But if you take that and then you multiply it by 30, you're going to end up at a monthly cost of £730 for the month. Okay, now you may be a little bit shocked about that. You might consider that to be very high. Some of you have been on the Cambridge diet, which is the kind of UK equivalent of the pronokal, might wish to chime in and explain how much you guys are spending on on the Cambridge diet. But it's £730. Now, I personally would happily exchange £730 for what I'm getting out of it. Okay, I've got no qualms about spending that amount of money at all. I wish they would take the VAT off of it. I don't think it's morally right that diet foods should have VAT on them, but that's another topic in itself. For that, having discussed it with them, I'm going to be looking at about, on the very negative conservative side, about £0.6 of loss per day. Okay, and that should be having a pound symbol of that. That's £18 of loss. So from 196 per day at the moment, although that's where I reckon I am, while I'm too scared to weigh myself at the moment. That'll take me down to £178. I am 5'8.5" and tend to carry my weight around the middle. The normal BMI to attain a BMI of 25 for me is 168 according to BMI calculators. There are 3 different methods of calculating BMI, and I'm not going to get into the controversy about whether BMI or is an appropriate measure or not. But as far as I'm concerned, if I stick to that for 30 days, which if I'm mentally locked in and is perfectly achievable, then I'm going to be within £10 of a normal BMI. Okay, and I am quite happy to exchange £730 for that. I've got a gap in my life whereby I'm between jobs, just like last time. I've got a gap in my life to get it done. If you work out what you're actually spending on food anyway, one of the things that I did was I used it sounds silly, but I used a dedicated credit card just for food purchases. I used my Halifax card, and all foods, coffees, everything food related went on that card. And I was regularly with Deliveroo's and everything, and Just Eat and everything like that, especially during lockdown. I'm spending like £550 a month on food anyway. And that, I'm talking all foods. I'm talking milk in the morning, coffees, and all the rest of it. So I think I'm quite happy with that, £730 a month. So there you go. There's a bit of calculation. I shall explain in a moment what these. I'll show you the menu and show you what these products actually are. Thank you. Oh yes, another thing I forgot is a couple of tips you need to budget for. Right, two things. First of all, don't waste your time with the ketone strips. They're too difficult to interpret. Pronokal do have these ketone strips on their menu, but I really wouldn't bother with those. Don't waste your time with them. You end up sort of peeing on them and then not being able to tell the graduation of the colour. I personally, as I said earlier on, I'm an analytics kind of guy, so I would recommend that you buy a blood meter. So the one I always went for was the ketone test strips. These come 25 test strips. I tended to use one a day to monitor my precise levels. Really important psychologically around about day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, as you start to see the ketones kicking in. You get 0.2 and you get excited, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and then you're doing quite well. Then you get to 1 and then you know you're in ketosis and you're quite happy. And then I do recall overdoing it a little bit and my blood ketones being all the way up at 2.7, generally following exercise. And because I wasn't hungry, I couldn't be bothered to eat, so I went on a big cycle. Ketones 2.7, too high. A doctor advised me to camp it down a little bit and have a bar. So budget for these, as you can see, it's $23.50 on Amazon. You get them on eBay for a lot less. Budget £1 a day for those, and the device you will want will be one of these is the one you want. Sometimes you can, in the market, they're generally used for diabetics that the strips measure glucose, and some people measure ketones. So there's a little sort of like plug-in cartridges thing which comes inside with the strips, and you plug the little chip in and it makes it into a ketone meter and a glucose meter. Little tip, don't assume that if you buy another set of ketone test strips that it's exactly the same strip. So always take the chip out, put the new chip in, and follow the calibration instructions in there, and you get that. And then you get, I think you get a lance. You get a finger pick lance on there for those that are nervous about pricking their finger. It really is not a big deal with these. It's only a tiny drop of blood that you need, so I'd budget for one of those. The other thing I would say is that you'll need a shaker. Okay, so this is the shaker that I'm recommending. The shaker, buy two of these, one for in the dishwasher and one for in use. You've always got one use. Note it's got this metal ball. This is absolutely essential for making up the powdery sort of stuff. Excuse me. So Pronokal are giving out these shakers, which quite frankly are absolutely crap. I don't know where they got them from, but just don't even bother with them because the seal leaks and are a complete waste of time. Just for $3.95, buy a couple of these with the ball, the metal ring there. That shakes up the powder so you get no clumps of egg powder in the shaker, and then the contents of the shaker, if it's an egg omelette you're making, straight into the frying pan, and then you're away. So budget for that as well.